Bunny wanted to say hi. You're okay. She hates being on camera. No, actually, she hates being picked up when she doesn't want to be picked up, which is pretty much never. I think I gave her PTSD when we, live trapped her and her siblings to save their life. And I grabbed her with my bare hands. I did have leather gloves on, but I grabbed her with my bare hands instead of waiting for her to go in the live trap. And now she has PTSD of being picked up because of that traumatic event. And really, I saved her from a whole night of being outside alone because the poor other kitten, it was Mars, his name is now Wally, he had to spend a whole night alone because the kittens were so small, they were not stepping on the right part of the trap to trip the trap. Trip the trap? Does that even work? I'm so tired today. All right, we lost battery there for a minute. I'm so tired, as always, right? But anyway, I am having another pain flare, but it doesn't feel necessarily like past endo pain flares before. And that just makes me nervous for a lot of different reasons because, when you don't know what the pain is from, which is difficult because living with chronic pain is really difficult to begin with. But then when you don't know where that pain is coming from, and if it's from something more serious, that like, hey, maybe I should go to the emergency room, it's just really difficult living with not knowing. Aurora, do you want to come say hi? Come here. Come in. You want to bother in front of the camera or just from the side? Essentially, this is the story. Yesterday, I started having pain, like abdominal pain. Aurora, you just can't do that. Yeah, I know. It's annoying too when you do that. I just started having abdominal pain and I was at PT, and so I started getting like really sick. My stomach just started hurting and almost burning, and other parts was like a stabbing pain, and it's just, Aurora, what do you want? What do you want, honey? I can't give you what you want. I've already lost my train of thought. That's why these vlogs are starting to get more and more rambly, because my brain fog is so bad. I just have no actual stream or train of thought. So anyway, the pain started getting really bad at PT. We ended up cutting my session maybe a little bit early, short. Look at this cat. I literally am catching on camera her mood swings. I have done nothing but stand here and look at her. She's insane. Girlfriend, please back up, back up. Girl. I'm so glad I caught that on camera because I have said that this cat is literally like something is a little wrong up here, and she's the first cat who's ever been crazy, but she's just really upset. And I did nothing but sit here and vlog, not in her space. She comes into my space, rubs against the camera, and I am like, please stop, and then she's mad at me. Anyway, little digression. After PT, I just started feeling honestly worse and worse, like more and more in pain, more and more sick, really nauseous, so not able to really eat anything. And that was yesterday. And it's so distracting to be in chronic pain, to have chronic pain, but especially when it comes and goes so unpredictably. You are always like on the edge of your seat of like, okay, am I gonna have pain today? Am I not? You have to prepare yourself, because otherwise these intense waves of pain come, and if you're not prepared for them, if you're not ready for them, they will flatten you. And it's really stressful to be like 24/7 on alert. And then once you have the pain, I have started kind of dissociating from the pain a little bit, or from situations like doctor's appointments where I'm uncomfortable or I'm being caused pain, like my endometriosis implant injections. I just kind of dissociate, and then that's not good because I'm not advocating for myself. Like last time there was something that was causing me additional pain, and I didn't advocate for myself because I was there, I was conscious, but I was like completely dissociated. And that's not good when you're not really like in tune enough or present enough to advocate for yourself to make something more comfortable when you're already in so much pain. And it's also really hard to like constantly be explaining to people that you're in pain and what kind of pain it is and how that pain might be affecting you in that moment. So like, for example, at PT, I'm working on my shoulder. It's not even connected to my endometriosis pain, but it is connected, because when you do any shoulder movement, or activity or exercise, you are like working your abdominal muscles, and that whole area is involved. Your core is involved, and it's really hard because all of that causes me pain. Laughing causes me pain. Blowing my nose causes me pain. Sneezing, like anything that engages my core gives me pain and discomfort. Even eating is painful. I feel like I can't breathe as well. My hypothesis is that if the endometrial tissue is like all over my organs, everything is kind of either getting squished or there's just not enough room for everything anymore. And so anytime I eat, like maybe my diaphragm is pushing up, you know, and so it's harder to take a breath. I don't know, these are all just hypotheses because we don't really know what's going on. But it's incredibly stressful to always be like on the edge of your seat with these pain cycles. And once I have additional pain, then the question becomes, what is the pain from? Is this pain from something that I know what it's from and it's an acceptable pain? So for example, is this my endo pain flare? The pain started yesterday, but today would have been my next endo pain flare. But the pain has been slightly different. It's been different from my past endo pain flares. So is this one just different? Or is this from my implant on Friday when I had my third, I think it's been my third endometrial implant injection? Is it from that? This month we went every 3 weeks instead of 4 to prepare for my endo surgery in a couple of weeks. Am I having some sort of side effect from a faster time frame in that implant? Or, you know, is it something I ate over the weekend? You know, it was a holiday, so we were eating different foods than normal, but this feels a lot different than just like eating too many sweets or something, because my stomach is like burning. Do I have appendicitis? I've had some really sharp pains on my right side. There are so many things that it could be. Another possibility is that I started those 2 new meds, which I've talked about 2 weeks ago now, or even a week ago, or a week and a half ago, somewhere in that time frame. And both of those meds can cause stomach upset, nausea, vomiting, all of that. And so like trying to tweeze apart like, what is this? Or is this a compilation of multiple things? Is really difficult. It's really stressful. It's incredibly scary to just be going in and out of pain and not knowing exactly what it's from. So like yesterday, yeah, it was really scary and I was stressed. I was kind of emotional about it. And it was a really difficult, you know, situation. And so yeah, these kind of chronic pain flares, they just suck. I am like at capacity. I'm barely surviving. I'm not able to even take care of myself. That's why my parents are my caregivers. And then when you go into additional pain or discomfort even more than you already are, that pushes you over the edge, and it puts even more stress on your body physically with that pain and trying to contain the pain. Mentally, it's incredibly stressful, like I was saying, to navigate this. And like, when do you contact your doctors? When do you decide to stop a medication on your own because it's causing issues? When do you go to the emergency room because this could be like appendicitis or whatever? It's so incredibly complicated to navigate, you know, on top of just trying to survive and live my daily life. And that's all been incredibly stressful. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about like living with chronic pain, you know, and as I've said, endometriosis is one of the 20 most painful conditions in the world. And so this is a lot of pain that we're dealing with. And the most pain relievers I have are ibuprofen, and ibuprofen incredibly stresses out my stomach and makes me incredibly sick. And right now my stomach is incredibly stressed. So I took 1 ibuprofen yesterday, but I'm like also on the edge of, should I take more ibuprofen to try to help this pain? It helped some of the pain yesterday, but it definitely did not take away most of it. So it's like, is that little bit of pain relief worth the stomach discomfort? It's like, there's all these things that you constantly are having to weigh, and that's incredibly overwhelming to weigh. Like, pain relief, it doesn't take it away, but it helps take the edge off, versus upset stomach. But I have an upset stomach, and that's some of the pain. And it's like this like cycle. Oh my God. Yeah, I hope I'm just conveying how frustrating it is to just deal with this. And then on top of that, having to go to PT twice a week, and then also, you know, preparing for my surgery. So my pre-op with my doctor is later this week. And so, you know, I have been researching as much as I possibly can, all of the surgery questions that I might have before this surgery. And then I also am gonna need to go over with my doctor these new symptoms, and then, you know, the endomeds that we added, and just like, it's absolute chaos, honestly. And it's a lot. It's like a full-time job just to try advocating for yourself, keeping track of your symptoms, deciding when to contact doctors, contacting the doctors, preparing for appointments, going to appointments. It's a lot. It's incredibly overwhelming. And so I'm just still incredibly overwhelmed, not on social media, like don't even really check my phone, honestly. And so life is a lot right now. The new meds, one of the meds that we added was like a hormone that was supposed to help kind of with my depression, and I think it's helped a little bit. Now I think I'm just normal depressed, not chemically depressed, whatever that means. But it feels like a certain part of the depression is lifted, but I'm still just depressed because my quality of life is pretty low right now. And yes, I know I have so much to be grateful for, but yeah, it's really hard to see the positives when you're in so much debilitating, excruciating pain. So yeah, that is the update. Very exciting update for cats. One of our outdoor cats, Wink, he is semi-feral. He walked into my lap on his own the other night. So he's semi-feral, he's still very unpredictable. He's still very jumpy, but he's really warming up. And the other night I was sitting over there at the door, and I had not this poncho, but I had my blanket kind of open like this, and he crawled right up onto my lap into this, and it was very sweet. He did ruin the moment because when I had to make him go back outside, he did lash out just a little bit. He was very upset and hurt and a little angry that I was making him go back outside, because I think he wants to be an indoor-outdoor cat. Girl, this cat, she comes onto my lap, and then she will attack me if I touch her or if she's unhappy about something. Like a seriously crazy cat. So now I can't touch her on my lap or put my arms down at all. And even so, she might attack me. She's a little cray-cray. But anyway, yeah, he was really upset and hurt. And so he did scratch me a little bit. And we can't do his claws because he does live outside and there are a lot of predators, and we want him to be able to defend himself if someone attacks him. So yeah, he has long claws. And so he did get me a little bit and did break the skin, but he felt really bad about it, and we made up the next day and everything is okay now. So yeah, I think he's just so frustrated because he wants to come inside when he wants to come inside. But like if I close the door any less than letting him have a little bit of room to get out, he really freaks out, and he's so jumpy with loud noises, and I don't think he would get along with our indoor cats. There's just a lot going on. So anyway, I am here with this other crazy cat on my lap, but that was a really, really sweet thing. He's been much more just like wanting to come inside, but allowing me to kind of cuddle him if he's also allowed on my lap, which is right inside the door, so it's inside. So anyway, those are the updates for this week. And yeah, lots of stuff happening for the month of April. One thing I'm really excited to talk about, so we'll get into that maybe in 2 vlogs. And yeah, then we're gonna be heading towards the surgery, and I'm really, really hoping we get so much information from this surgery. So hope that you are having a fabulous day. Thank you for listening, for being a listening ear, for me to talk about my journey, hopefully raising awareness about some parts of it, or connecting with people who may also feel this way. And yeah, I just appreciate you being here. All right, bye friends.